couple weeks ago, I heard a noise downstairs. I thought it was a prowler. And as I get to about right here, I notice a body flying off this ledge, down onto the floor like a ninja. I go to confront him and choke him, and I hear, "Dad, it's me, it's..."
Chad Jaddington here again. Today we're gonna watch some Dr. Phil. Hello, Chad Jaddington here again. Now, today I decided to take a deep dive into superheroes on Dr. Phil. Now, the last Dr. Phil video I did, I was honestly very happy about because shitting on wannabe rappers is one of my favorite pastimes on the face of the planet. But today, we're going to be talking about another man-child who hasn't exactly grown up, and his name is Brandon. Let's get right into it.
So what do you guys want to do now? Something good? Something bad? Something with my penis?
My son Brandon is a moocher. He is lazy, refuses to get a job.
When Brandon tells me he's lost a job, my first reaction is, what a shock.
Now, much like the last one where I talked about the man who bought monsters using his college loans, don't do that. Don't spend your college loans to buy a shit ton of monsters for your yard. With Brandon here, he likes dressing up like a superhero and pretending to be a ninja in his backyard. Now, according to his family, he is very much in line with the last guy I talked about on Dr. Phil. He doesn't want to get a job, he can't keep a job when he gets one, and every time he loses it, everybody around him is completely shocked. Not really.
Brandon acts like a child. Brandon loves to wear superhero costumes. He'll be out in the backyard running around with lightsabers and swords, and he'll be jumping off the decking and chairs and tables, and it's like so weird.
I want to be Dr. Phil's editor one day, because his editor honestly has the best job ever. They take clips of the person who's on the show doing what they want to do, doing what they actually do, and then they can put the funniest stuff over it. Imagine the amount of money you could make by memeing everything. You take a simple subject who, in most cases, is really, really messed up in some way, shape, or form, either mentally, physically, mentally again, or they just don't obey authority.
Because the world is run by the man.
Or they're Danielle Bergoli and then all of a sudden they become a famous rapper.
Hi bitch, hi bitch, hi bitch, hi bitch. Catch me outside, how about that?
That happened. Or you get the spoiled brats on there who decide to become YouTube personalities based on early 2000s MTV shows like The Hills. There's three groups of people on Dr. Phil. The people who get better, the people who get famous, and then the man-children, as I like to call them, because all of these people who are on the show that I've looked at are essentially gigantic kids.
And as I get to about right here, I notice a body flying off this ledge, down onto the floor like a ninja. I go to confront him and choke him, and I hear, "Dad, it's me, it's Brandon."
And I said, Brandon, what are you doing? He said, I'm just down here hiding. Somebody could have gotten hurt really bad.
Now, the look of sheer confusion on this man's face is frankly the funniest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. Did my son, pretending to be a ninja, seriously just jump in front of me and I almost choked him? Did that seriously just happen? Now, actually, this guy's ripping off the Chad Jaddington intros because, you know me, I like to jump out of places. Also, today I'm going to be drinking some Stony Creek Big Cranky. it's delicious. They're a brewery down in Connecticut, and honestly, their stuff is phenomenal.
Brandon has destroyed our house. Brandon has spray painted everything from the toilet seat to the light switches.
Brandon has ruined our backyard.
Now that backyard does not look trashed or ruined in any sense of the word. Oh no, someone trashed our backyard. What do we do? I'm sorry for that. That was terrible. I am so sorry. That backyard does not look trashed. I've seen a trashed backyard, like after a college party or after a bunch of people came over. That backyard is not trashed. It seems your son just enjoys kicking chairs over. That doesn't make your backyard ruined, it just makes your life slightly inconvenient.
Brandon and Sydney get into very heated arguments, and right in the middle of their argument, Brandon will do a Michael Jackson pirouette and put his hand up in the air.
Now, the best way to win an argument is pretend to be Michael Jackson. Obviously. I mean, every time someone's complaining about me, I always try to change the subject into something completely random.
Brandon has so many toys. He has everything from the little figurines to remote control cars and boats. These toys Brandon has are something that children should play with.
Nothing says man-child like carrying around a bunch of toys and remote-controlled boats, remote-controlled cars, and lightsabers like a guy dressed up as a superhero with a Newport in his mouth while carrying his toys back to his room because he probably got sent there.
Go to your room!
I told another family member if Brandon wasn't my son, I'd have nothing to do with him.
I'm not going to speak on parenting because I am not a parent. Thank you! Oh my fucking God, I hate my life.
You just don't reward bad behavior.
I actually understand that. I'm not sure Jim does.
Jim meet bus, she just threw you under the bus.
Right.
Dr. Phil is just so savage. We can clearly see who the aggressor is in this situation. The mother, in this case, clearly feels like she knows everything about trying to fix situations. Literally everything. I love getting thrown under the bus like that. Seriously, every time I make a mistake, I would love the person I'm in love with to throw me under the bus just because they feel like I am not performing up to quality. Oh God, it is so fucking hot in here. I cannot wait for summer to be over because it's about 90 degrees in my room right now, so I'm basically dying. Now, I could turn a fan on, but I already know my audio quality is shit enough. I don't need it to be even worse by the sound of a fan in the background. Especially because mine was made in like the 1980s and all it does is grind its gears.
Now answer this question. For 17 years, he's been running around the backyard in a Batman suit.
Right.
Hold on, let me try to do the math on that real quick. Alright, so we got 35 minus 17 equals... I need to get a calculator for this. 37. Oh wait, hold on, I can just edit all this out. It doesn't look... I'm not dumb. I don't need to use a calculator to subtract 35 minus 17. I'm not dumb at all. I swear I'm not dumb. So, what you're saying is that your child has been running around in a Batman suit swinging lightsabers in your backyard since he was 18 years old. Yes!
We sat down with him and said, you want to come back, these are the rules this time, A, B, C, and D, and the first time you break one of these rules, you're back on the streets again.
Okay, has he broken it? He's broken 3 out of 4 of those.
No, he's broken 4 out of 4.
So, the parents, when they took him back in after kicking him out, laid down some 4 ground rules, which, in my opinion, personally, are pretty obvious. Number 1, don't spray paint anything. Rule number 2, don't go in anybody's room. Rule number 3, again, pretty obvious. Don't take anybody else's shit.
If they take my stapler, then I'll set the building on fire.
Wait, he lives with his parents, doesn't he? Why would he be taking his parents' stuff? And rule number 4, much like with the office refrigerator, don't take anybody else's food. Now, this is something I've personally dealt with in the past. I'll bring a sandwich to work sometimes, and that sandwich, by the time I go to eat it, will be gone. Or half of it will be gone because someone's just like, now, if I cut off half of his sandwich, I'm sure he won't know.
How did you get fired at orientation? You got fired one time at orientation.
fabricated
No,
lies.
no,
that
no,
are being
no.
told to
You
you.
told us about this.
Now, trying to say that these are fabricated lies after you told them to Dr. Phil's crew, he's obviously going to call you out on it. You talked to his crew. His crew told him. Why would you try covering it up?
The only place that I really show poise and that I'm not and have super anxiety is on set.
Oh my god, we got another wannabe rapper. Now, what Dr. Phil is telling Caesar Caprice, can't believe I just had to say that,
Answer this. Why should somebody give you that job when someone else has worked themselves up through the ranks, earned credibility, gotten experience, demonstrated that they have the skill and ability? Why should somebody let you just walk in off the street?
ooh, I got a new match on Tinder. Do you know how sometimes you match people on Tinder and you can immediately tell that they will absolutely despise you as soon as you meet them?
Shut the fuck up.
Déjà vu.